to work. First, when you aren't focusing well single tasking and you really want to get in the zone, try multitasking with music. Playing music engages the part of our minds for many souls that get easily distracted or bored so that you can more deeply focus and concentrate. Music also blocks out other distractions around us. Note, this tip can hurt your productivity and focus when you spend more time searching for the right song than you are working. So to combat this, try either Focus at Will, it's a website, or Spotify has a really good focus playlist with a lot of great pre-assembled ensembles, if you will, to get you off on the right foot. And then from there, what you want to do is customize your own list. So like hitting the favorites in Spotify and making your own focus playlist. That's what I do to really, songs that really help you get in the zone. The other thing you don't want is any music with vocals. You might find yourself singing to the music or getting distracted thinking about the lyrics. Listening to non-music can be helpful as well, like a white noise app or even as simple as having a fan on at your desk. Second, if you're having trouble focusing or concentrating when others are talking, examples during meetings, conference calls, Skype, whatever, try writing down the key points or the Cliff Notes version of what they're saying while you're listening, or doodling while you're listening, as long as it's not distracting, of course. Or test your multitasking skills with a fidget toy or some sort of GAC, silly putty, preferably skin color if you're going to have it out. If not, have it in your coat pocket or under the desk or the conference table so that you won't be, again, distracting to other people. You can also try walking while having meetings, and this can be very effective because you're getting exercise and increased blood flow to your brain so you can concentrate and focus better, and sunshine, which improves your serotonin. If it's by phone or on your computer like Skype, you could pace back and forth as you listen to help you focus and concentrate better. Or calling your client back while you're out for the walk, as long as there's no reference material in your office that you might need to refer to. Or simply, I like to do this, is closing your eyes and focusing on the words they're saying really helps me personally. Third, when solving difficult or complex problems, when you're reimagining things like processes, or when you're creative thinking, multitasking is very helpful. So you want to multitask with things that really don't require any focus. Examples, brainstorming ideas for the project while going for a morning walk or exercise, or doing any other daily ritual that allows your mind just to wander freely. Like, have you ever gotten a great idea while you're in the shower, right? Being intentional about this, thinking about those things, and then letting your mind wander daily can help you with innovation and breakthroughs in your work or your business. Thomas Edison would go down to the water's edge every morning, throw out a line with no bait, and just watch the bobber go up and down for an hour until his thinking was ready for the day. Fourth, if you're not super low energy, if you are, that's usually sleep, diet, or exercise, but just a little low energy during the days, try standing up while working. Get a stand-up desk and one of those mats that kind of massages your feet and pads your feet as you're working. Some of them even have different shapes, like the one I use, it's called like eco-driven, and you could kind of like rock back and forth a little as you're working. Or those bouncy chairs. They're literally those exercise bouncy ball chairs, but now they have backs for them, and I've seen people use these at work. And so you can literally bounce as you're working to increase your blood flow and increase your energy while it works. So these are great multitasking things that don't distract you too much from your work, and then can actually improve your focus and energy while working. On a kind of a side note, if you are feeling stressed or tense in your muscles, or you're feeling kind of restless, I often do in my legs if I sit for a long time, then what you want to do is you want to contract and hold each of your muscle groups. I usually go from my calves up, but whatever helps you. Contract and hold it for 5 seconds, and then release it, and then go to the next muscle group and do the same, especially the ones where you're feeling stiff. This will actually improve your focus and concentration. Exercise is better, or going for a walk is better, but sometimes you just don't have that, and this can actually relieve the restlessness or stiffness you feel, which can for me, it distracts my focus while I'm working. So this is a really good multitasking strategy. Or a random one I had is chewing caffeinated gum. That's what my wife used to do. I guess you could also chew nicotine gum, but I don't recommend nicotine because it actually reduces the blood flow going to your brain. So long term, it's a hindrance, but a short term gain. Fifth, do audio-based work while driving to and from work. Obviously, don't get in a wreck, but it's completely fine as long as the road doesn't require your focus. As soon as the road requires your focus, a wreck happens, it starts pouring down rain, whatever, stop the either phone call or the audiobook or whatever the work is and focus on the road. Remember, you want to let focus be your filter with if you can multitask or not. You can't focus or concentrate on two things effectively. Your productivity plummets, your anxiety and stress shoot up, and your errors, your accuracy plummets as well. Even better, if you can Uber or carpool to work, then you can do whatever the heck you want without fear of dying. Maybe that was a little too morbid. Anyway, 6, when practicing speeches or presentations, repeating the same words over and over again can really get boring. But if you do it while you're driving, maybe you're organizing your office or home or walking during your breaks, while you're practicing this speech can really make it less boring. And if you wear a headset, then people won't think you're crazy. 7, that many fingers. Getting bored while reading. This is another great thing to multitask on. So if you're getting bored while reading, sometimes the stuff you have to read at work is it's boring. So again, multitask it by combining it with something interesting to boost your focus and concentration. Examples, maybe while eating snacks. I love dark chocolate, which also boosts your dopamine, which helps you concentrate and focus better. Or doing cardio at the gym. Some offices even have the gym in the building. Or use the web browser, Microsoft Edge reading mode. Can really, it has a whole focus system built into it. It's amazing. And you could even have it read the audio for you. And I think there's a male and a female voice, and it's pretty good. You could even control the speed of the audio, and you can listen to it while you're exercising or going for a walk or commuting to work, etc. Note, I will show you later on in the video how to use Microsoft's Edge reading view. 8th, when you're working on boring projects and you're just dragging doing them, you're like, ugh. Again, listen to music, very effective, and can make it not boring and more stimulating. Or think of the projects you could work on that would not be boring for you and switch back and forth between those stimulating projects and the non-stimulating projects. Or you can always look for ways in that current or boring project or task, look for ways to make it more interesting or stimulating for you, and bring these ideas to your boss and ask him or her if you could do it that way instead. If you find yourself doing this kind of work all the time, consider how to make a transition to another job either in the company or out of the company that's not so boring, constantly boring and draining for you. Or you may just need to take a recharging break or more recharging breaks throughout the day. Things like stepping outside for a while. Research has shown to restore the neurons in your brain. Going for a walk, run, or just an exercise break. Just spending any time outside in nature and just letting your mind wander. Turn off your phone, because as you check the distractions on your phone, it keeps your brain from recharging itself. Taking a power nap, swinging on a hammock and just soaking up the sun, closing your eyes and feeling the caress of the wind on your skin. I love doing that. You only need roughly 15 minutes, but during this time, remember, let your mind wander, and to get the benefits of the brain restoring effects, and turn off your phone. Lastly, you could go on vacation in nature or someplace that always seems to be restoring or reviving for you. Many souls will find organizing their office to be a boring task, so this is another great multitasking thing to do. So you could talk to a friend or spouse, or listen to interesting audiobook or podcast, anything that's interesting or stimulating for you, so you actually get your office clean and you'll be more productive and focused. Single tasking at work. So these are the examples of when it's most productive to single task. First, single task with unfamiliar or new projects and tasks. If it's something new, it will require more of your concentration and focus, which means you should single task it. Second, single task important audio, like phone calls, audiobooks, internet research, etc. Sometimes our desk or our desktop gets so messy or cluttered while I'm trying to focus on a piece of audio. All the clutter starts to just send my mind down different tunnels. And an easy way that I found to overcome this and single task is to just close my eyes and only focus on that audio. It significantly reduces my mind wandering. It increases my focus and retention, and I don't have to clean up my desk or my desktop, so it's a win-win-win. Single tasking when reading. When you read a document, use your fingers to go over the words. This will even work on a computer screen, I guess, as long as it's not a touch screen. That might be pretty frustrating. This will increase your reading speed, but also your concentration. Fourth, when you want to enjoy the moment more, single task and focus, especially, for example, in your relationships. This will make someone feel more valued and important, because so few people give others their full attention these days. Fifth, this is a bonus. The most productive way to switch between single tasking tasks. Note, it is best to single task on something until it's completed. But, especially in our work days, or our work time, that's not always practical. So use this technique to help you be as most productive and focused as possible, and also reduce your stress and anxiety as much as possible. So the best practice for moving from one single task to another single task. First, determine if it's a good time to switch or not. If you're tired or frustrated, exhausted, or you're hitting a brick wall with a particular task or project, that's a good time. Or if you just have to, your boss says, I need this now, and you have to. If you're hitting a brick wall, you might want to use the third creative multitasking tip I've already mentioned above. Steps. First, close your eyes and let all the ideas and emotions of that current task you are working on let go. As you're doing this, taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting your belly expand and contract. Once you let go of those things, note it shouldn't take more than a dozen breaths, then change and start to think about the next task or the new project that you are going to start working on. You want to think about these things. What is the overall goal of this new project or task, and why is it important? This is useful to fuel you and motivate you to do your best. What are the steps? First, second, third, etc. Visualize yourself doing them. Then imagine how you can do that task or project in the best possible way. Getting yourself into the zone, thinking about all of these things. And then when you are ready and focused, attack it. Note, if you have an idea as you're doing this practice or exercise, write it down in your idea list from the last video, the to-do list video. The 3 R's and why. First is the roadmap on the screen. This is a step-by-step process of this entire course for multitasking. 2 is, second R is review. Today you learned multitasking, everyday situations on when to multitask and when to single task to be the most productive and focused while you work, so that you can get more money, bonuses, and promotions. Third, respond. If you want the shiny object checklist, note there's 2 for this video, one for multitasking and one for single tasking. Click on the first link in the description below. Or second, if you want a faster, easier, more convenient way to apply what you learned in this video, click on the second link in the description below. That'll take you to the course that this video came from. Third, if you don't want to imagine a world without these shiny object loving episodes, click on the third link below. It's a Patreon link. $7 helps you not have to imagine a world without iloveshinyobjects.com. And $7,000 will get you or your business in one of these videos. So why do we do this shiny stuff? Is to help you work smarter and faster so that you can have more time in your life with the shiny objects you truly love. Our goal for you is not necessarily more money, promotions, or praise, although these courses will help you get those things. It's to give you more time to get lost in those shiny objects that give you joy and meaning in life. And hopefully those wonderful shiny objects will leave a great impact on this world when you are gone. So no more feeling bad or being hard on yourself for getting distracted. I dare you to be different. I challenge you every week to work just a little smarter and more efficiently so that you could devote just a little more time each week with the shiny objects you truly love. Have a shiny month, souls. If you think you'll forget the next shiny 7th video, these videos come out on the 7th of every month at 7 a.m. Just hit the subscribe button and the bell and you'll automatically be notified when the next one goes up. Thank you so much for your shiny object loving time, and we have hope we have helped you out in some small shiny way.